The US-China trade war started while China and Germany signed a 20 billion euro deal. Will Europe stand by China in the fight against America?
也许中共是希望和欧洲结成一个暂时的战术性同盟但是我认为这个目标也很难实现。
Are individual American firms taking on the entire communist regime in the intellectual property rights fight? And will they lose?
实际上，惩罚在华的美国企业对中国大陆自己来讲也有非常高的成本。如果逼他们迁出中国，那么中国不仅失去了税收和就业机会，同时也失去了和世界上先进这些技术水平相接轨的渠道了。
Is the US-China trade war really about trade or something else?
中共政府它虽然是基于自己的利益主动加入世贸组织，它本能的行动逻辑就是用一切手段来削弱条约里面对自己约束部分的可执行性。
Does the US-China trade war resemble the Second Opium War? If so, what does that mean to China and the world?
Welcome to Zooming In. I'm Simone Gao. Today, let's talk about the US-China trade war. When you turn on the TV nowadays, what you hear about this fight between the first and second largest economies in the world would probably fall into the following categories: new tariffs, China's retaliation, how much Trump supporters got hit, and the trade war's impact on the US economy. No doubt people care about these things, but they're not going to care about them 20, 30, 50 years from now. By then, people will look at the trade war from a different perspective. They will examine what the trade war had changed, not just in the sense of balancing trade, but whether it had disrupted an old order and set the world on a new track. Maybe people would also think about what the world would be like if the trade war hadn't happened. These angles are important because they define what this struggle is really about. Today, we'll do exactly this, but years earlier. We'll explore what the trade war is really about by looking at history and examining the similarities between this war and another century-shaping struggle that has long been forgotten, the Second Opium War. But first, let's start our journey by looking at the conflict's newest development.
The trade war between the US and China officially started on July 6, 2018, when the United States' 25% tariffs on $34 billion on Chinese products became effective. China retaliated immediately by raising 25% tariffs on US goods. That also amounts to $34 billion. The Trump administration estimated that China's intellectual property theft costs U.S. companies $50 billion annually. The first round of tariffs on $50 billion, including the $34 billion that went into effect on Friday, is meant to match those losses. 3 days later, on July 9th, Chinese Premier Li Keqiang went to Europe and met with German Chancellor Angela Merkel, illustrating a blatant intent to lobby against U.S. tariffs. The two countries signed various deals worth 20 billion euros, that's 23.6 billion US dollars, in addition to multiple joint cooperation projects between governmental agencies, companies like BASF, BMW, Volkswagen, Daimler, Siemens, and Bosch announced deals and partnerships. Chancellor Merkel reaffirmed Germany's commitment to stick to the World Trade Organization guidelines and to back multilateralism. The trade war escalated immediately after Li's trip to Europe. On July 10th, the Trump administration identified an additional $200 billion in Chinese products and intends to impose 10% tariffs after a review period. On July 11th, Trump pressed European allies to double their military spending while bashing Germany for supporting a gas deal with Russia.
Well, I have to say, I think it's very sad when Germany makes a massive oil and gas deal with Russia where you're supposed to be guarding against Russia, and Germany goes out and pays billions and billions of dollars a year to Russia. So we're supposed to protect you against Russia, but they're paying billions of dollars to Russia, and I think that's very inappropriate. And the former chancellor of Germany is the head of the pipeline company that's supplying the gas. Ultimately, Germany will have almost 70% of their country controlled by Russia with natural gas. So you tell me, is that appropriate? I mean, I've been complaining about this from the time I got in. It should have never been allowed to have happened.
Despite the tension, U.S. stocks climbed. By 10:18 p.m. on July 12th, the S&P 500 was up 24 points to 2,798. The Dow was up 224 points to 24,924. And the Nasdaq was up 107 points to 7,823. According to AP, this is largely due to a better-than-forecasted U.S. jobs report on Friday and the expectation for strong earnings reports from nearly every swath of corporate America in the upcoming weeks. Meanwhile, European Union leaders expressed they are aware of China's unfair trade practices and understand the U.S. position towards China. Notwithstanding, they differ from President Trump in how to deal with this matter.
In our discussions on modernizing WTO, we have to address very clearly the state subsidies to industry. It's a problem today, and it will hamper investments. Also, unfair trading practices. For instance, forced technology transfer is obviously an issue. The two issues together are the reasons why, not the only reasons, but some reasons why, for instance, the United States has taken unilateral actions. But we have to solve this in orderly manner.
When Li Keqiang visited Europe, his intention was clear. China wants to turn Europe against America. But can China do it? I spoke with senior Chinese political commentator Wen Zhao. This is what he has to say. 造成一种中德联合或者说是中欧联合对抗美国贸易战的印象，可能是现在中共政权很需要的。那这次李克强去德国签了200亿欧元的大单，而且欧洲也在对美国增加关税，采取报复措施。那在这种情况下，您觉得中欧真的有可能联合对抗美国吗？
中国和欧盟在几个层面都不太可能作为同盟来行动。第一是不可能形成同盟目标，他们当然都希望川普放弃关税行动，但是各自只关注自己的目标。中国不可能以川普放弃对欧洲的贸易战为条件来考虑自己和美国之间的关系，反过来欧洲也不可能，所以他们和美国都是各谈各的，也就不存在联盟状态下的集体谈判。那不存在集体谈判，也就发挥不出联盟的威力。其次呢，是在行动层面，对于美国的报复，中欧也没有可能彼此磋商达成分工形成一种差异化的手段搭配，达成那种整体大于部分之和的威力。怎么报复美国，也是各自研究各自的，它不存在内容上的协调。中欧连他们日期上的协调行动，这个日历上的行动都没有都没有这种层面的协调，因此也就既不存在对美国那种共同进退的同盟目标，也不存在所谓的同盟战略。那中欧他们的联合就只能体现在发个声明，都表示反对以加关税的手段来解决贸易纠纷仅仅停留在这个层面上。也许中共是希望和欧洲结成一个暂时的战术性同盟但是我认为这个目标也很难实现，因为美国所争取的要让中国开放市场、保护知识产权、取消出口补贴，这些目标也是欧洲想要达到的。
Coming up is the U.S.-China trade war, reminiscent of the Second Opium War. On July 6, 2018, shortly after the U.S. trade tariffs went into effect, China's Ministry of Commerce put out a statement saying that President Trump had just launched the largest trade war in economic history. According to Douglas Irwin, an economics professor at Dartmouth, that claim isn't true. The largest trade war happened in the 1930s, President Herbert Hoover signed into law the Smoot-Hawley Act, which caused tariffs to be above 45% on average on nearly 900 products from all nations. Canada and Europe retaliated. Global trade fell by 25%, and it exacerbated the Great Depression. That is the undesirable situation that many fear the current trade war may lead to. However, President Trump has only put tariffs on less than 4% of total U.S. imports. The highest tariff rate is at 25%. At least for now, compared to the trade war during the Great Depression, an all-out trade war levying tariffs on all 500 billion Chinese products will not make history repeat itself.
Just because Trump's trade war is not comparable to the Smoot-Hawley Act that deepened the Great Depression doesn't mean Trump's trade war would not have a profound impact on the world economic and political order. According to Wen Zhao, the U.S.-China trade war is reminiscent of the Second Opium War between China, Great Britain, and the French Empire in 1856. The Opium Wars did not cause a Great Depression, but they brought out, among other things, the clash between two contrasting governing philosophies. By doing so, it sent great shockwaves to the Qing dynasty and eventually initiated the start of the end of a 2,000-year-old imperial system. What does all this mean to us today? Let's examine history.
The First Opium War started in 1839. It's called the Opium War, but the treaty resulting from it hardly had anything to do with opium. It was actually a series of military engagements fought between the United Kingdom and China's Qing dynasty over their conflicting viewpoints on diplomatic relations, trade, and the administration of justice in China. In 1842, the defeated Qing dynasty was forced to sign the Treaty of Nanking, which is regarded as the first unequal treaty China was forced to enter with Western powers. However, the real unequal rights that the United Kingdom acquired is not from the Nanjing Treaty, but from the supplementary Treaty of the Bogue, which granted the extraterritoriality and most favored nation status to Britain. Ironically, these unequal articles are added by the Qing dynasty itself, in part to minimize interaction with the influence by the British people and their culture. Because of that, they were implemented smoothly. Instead, it is some part of the Nanking Treaty which is not regarded as unequal that did not get fulfilled. For example, the original treaty stipulated that the British merchants and their families could enter the city of the trading port. But after the war, the governor of Guangdong and Guangxi, Yu Ying, refused to implement them. As a result, for 7 years, the British people could not enter Guangzhou city. Meanwhile, anti-British activities were allowed, and British complaints were largely ignored. Another major conflict was the Qing dynasty's intentional delay of the agreed renegotiations of the 1843 Whampoa Treaty. It was deemed as a violation of the treaty by the United Kingdom, France, and America. All of these could be categorized as a consistent effort by the Qing authorities to expel the British without saying so. Finally, in 1856, there was the controversial Arrow incident, in which China arrested smuggling suspects from an English ship. This provoked the British to re-engage in military means. That was the start of the Second Opium War. The Second Opium War again ended in the Qing Empire's defeat. The supplementary Treaty of Peking, resulting from it, includes more cession of land and indemnity, coupled with the flight and death of the Shengfeng Emperor, as well as the burning of the Summer Palace. These changes brought a shocking blow to the once powerful empire. An old system was thoroughly defeated. After the war, the self-strengthening movement began. It is a major modernization movement that marked the start of the end of China's 2,000-year-old imperial system.
What was at the core of the Opium War, and how does it compare to the U.S.-China trade war? Let's hear from Wen Zhao again. 您提出现在的中美贸易战和100多年前的第二次鸦片战争类似，那您为什么这样说呢？他们在哪些方面相似呢？
在中国政府这边来讲呢，是观念的结构上和第二次鸦片战争相类似。中共政府它虽然是基于自己的利益主动加入世贸组织，但是它对于规则的态度和清政府一样，它是以权宜之计的眼光来看待。它本能的行动逻辑就是用一切手段来削弱条约里面对自己约束部分的可执行性，而不管这些条款是公平的还是不公平的。它连使用的方法和清政府都有类似性啊，先是拖延。清朝的两广总督齐英是用拖延的办法不让英国商人进入广州城啊，就是不履约。而中共呢，也是用拖延的办法不让外商进入某些领域，然后在对方抱怨不断增多的情况下，对抗在一步步走向半公开化和公开化。后来的广东官员叶明琛是以查海盗的名义扯下了这个船上的英国国旗，就是在这个亚罗号事件里面。而今天呢，中共政府是以什么查消防的名义去让韩国企业乐天玛特关门，以反垄断的名义打击微软和苹果，这都反映了双方对规则认知方面的根本冲突。那么中共政府和大清政府所类似的是，他们所抵触执行的主要还是条约里的平等的条款。他们认为一个好的规则就应该是仅仅对自己有利的规则。
Coming up, what will the U.S.-China trade war, a conflict rooted in different governing philosophies, evolve into? The latest retaliation from China, outside trade measures, may have emerged. According to the Epoch Times, on July 3rd, a Chinese court temporarily halted U.S. company Micron, the world's largest manufacturer of memory chips, from selling its semiconductor products in China. The Fuzhou Intermediate People's Court claimed that the company violated patents held by Taiwanese chip manufacturer United Microelectronics, UMC. Back in December 2017, Micron filed a civil lawsuit in California, accusing UMC and its Chinese partner, Fujian Jinhua Integrated Circuit, of stealing design and manufacturing technologies related to its DRAM chips. In its filing, Micron said UMC, which is scaling up its China business and plans to list on the Shanghai Stock Exchange, had poached key Micron employees with the aim of helping Fujian Jinhua improve its own DRAM technology. This prompted UMC to countersue on January 12th, filing a patent infringement lawsuit against Micron at the Fuzhou Intermediate People's Court. 6 months later, right before the U.S.-China trade war started, the Chinese court issued the ban of Micron's sale in China.
This is what corporate America has long been worried about. When tariffs are no longer effective, the Chinese communist regime will turn to American firms in China and make their life difficult. What will happen next? Here's Wen Zhao again. 中美对于知识产权认知和态度的不同，实际上是反映了两个社会体系、两种意识形态和价值观的对抗。那在这个框架之下，尤其是现在在中美贸易战这个背景之下，您觉得像美光案这样的中美知识产权之战，它未来的走向是什么？还有就是，您觉得西方公司它是不是在以一个公司的力量在对抗整个中共的体制，从而一定失败呢？
像美光这一类案例，它所体现出来的行为模式，就是某些中国企业从外国企业偷取技术，在中国大陆抢先注册，再反过来控告这个技术的合法拥有者是侵权，把它赶出中国市场。这种情况以前也发生过。那当前对美光公司的处罚，明显是中国政府在恐吓美国的在华企业，希望他们向川普施加压力，让川普有所退让。那这种案例呢，它恰恰是证明了中国缺少独立和客观的执法体系。那政府为了达成短期目标，它可以把法律作为随意使用的工具，这是一种对法律的滥用。那这个问题呢，甚至比偷窃知识产权更加有害，它使得中美之间想要建立长期互利稳定的贸易关系变得更加艰难了。但是在这个博弈过程中呢，也有一些微妙。 实际上，惩罚在华的美国企业对中国大陆自己来讲也有非常高的成本。如果逼他们迁出中国，那么中国不仅失去了税收和就业机会，同时也失去了和世界上先进这些技术水平相接轨的渠道了。但是问题是什么呢？就是整个中国的政治体系不透明，哪怕只有很少数的美国企业成为被报复的对象，但是你不知道谁会成为这个倒霉蛋，对吧？所以这就会让在华的美国企业感到集体恐慌。单个企业它是不可能对抗中共政府的，哪怕你再强大的企业都不可能对抗一个国家，他们只有去支持本国的政府，让政府出面施加压力，让整个规则环境变得更加合理，处境才有可能改善。
Besides the fight over intellectual property rights, other tensions surrounding the trade war are also emerging.
As soon as the U.S. trade war started, on July 7th, the U.S. Navy sent 2 destroyers into the Taiwan Strait, the waterway separating mainland China from Taiwan. This is the first U.S. warship heading into the strait since 2017, and it might signal the start of a sustained drumbeat of similar transits, reassuring the United States' commitment to Taiwan amid intensifying Chinese pressure on the island and a U.S.-China trade war. A few days earlier, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo visited North Korea to further assure the denuclearization process, which yielded little result after Kim Jong-un's enthusiastic meeting with Trump last month. It was widely suspected that Kim's change in attitude was due to pressure from China.
What do these new developments say about the trade war? Let's hear from Wen Zhao. 金正恩的态度转变，大家都觉得和习近平有关。另外，贸易战刚开打第2天，美国就派军舰穿越了台湾海峡。您觉得为什么美国在和中共打贸易战的时候这么快，这个对抗就蔓延到了贸易之外的其他方面？还有就是中美贸易战的下一步走向会是什么呢？
因为中国大陆去年从美国进口的货物也就1300多亿美元，所以贸易战它发展的下一步啊，中共在货物贸易上没有太多招数可想。那么从朝鲜到南海，也就成了中共可以向美国施加压力的牌。那相应这个贸易战它就溢出到外交和军事领域，就难以避免了。另外，像留学和旅游这类服务贸易，还有刁难美国的在华企业，都会不可避免地成为中共政府使力的方向。但是美国也是中国留学生首选的目的地啊，中共政府也是指望着中国留学生在美国学有所成，带点技术回来，拉动产业升级。如果这个战火扩展到服务贸易领域呢，中国大陆的损失也会高于美国。毕竟在这些领域啊，中国所有的优势是暂时的购买力，而美国拥有的则是不可替代的产品。这个市场格局从长远趋势来讲啊，仍然是卖方更强。习近平所依赖的优势，多数是一些系统浅层的优势，也就是说，这些优势实际上它并不会给习近平带来决定性的和长期的力量。但是他认为中国是大国，他可用的手段很多，在穷尽这些手段之前，你想让他妥协啊，就比较难。所以这个贸易战的冲突，它会在很多方面体现出来。
鸦片战争严重地动摇了清朝统治，也开启了中国结束2000年的帝制，试图和现代文明接轨的契机。您既然把中美贸易战和第2次鸦片战争相提并论，那您觉得就是中美贸易战会给整个的世界政治经济格局带来什么样的影响呢？对中国又会有什么样的影响呢？
我们谈影响的前提啊，是谁赢了啊？这个第2次世界大战是希特勒赢了还是盟国赢了？那当然是完全不一样的影响。一种流行的说法是贸易战没有赢家，这当然是不对的。任何战争都有赢家，结果更接近谁的目标，谁就是赢家。所以战争的结果永远比它的过程更有意义。假设美国的目标达成了，也就意味着中共要减少对中国经济领域的控制，像要放弃干预汇率啊，放弃对某些产业的巨额补贴，让外资进入更多的原来被国有企业控制的领域。那么，这些经济门类失去了政府直接的保护，那些低效的国有经济就难以维持了。那相应的呢，也会推动中国的市场化改革，让这个改革变得更加迫切。那中国的市场竞争主体会更加多元化， 党对社会的控制力量就有所减弱。那么中国社会相应也就更加需要通过完善和独立的法律才能实现有效治理，而不是靠政府的随意干预。这样呢，结果就会有利于中国社会走向公平和法治，民间的政治力量在中国也会有更大的活动空间。中国成为一个更加遵守规则的参与者，它对所有贸易伙伴来讲都是一件好事啊。像不久之前还发生了韩国的企业因为萨德导弹的事情，在中国受到了欺凌，所以呢，所有人都会因为中国成为一个更守规则的玩家而受益。要是这个结果没有达成，那当然就是相反的影响了。
In this sense, corporate America should support President Trump's trade war because he's fighting on their behalf for long-term, not short-term benefits. American companies are the world's powerhouse for innovation. Individual Chinese firms can't compete against them at all. But when the communist regime backs Chinese firms, even Apple or Google seem small. For too long, American companies have been lobbying the wrong party. In the hope for access to the Chinese market, they have been extending olive branches to the Chinese authorities by compromising American values. Now Trump is showing them there is a better route. The logic is simple. When Fujian Jinhua was one-on-one with Micron, Fujian Jinhua lost. When Fujian Jinhua was backed by the Chinese regime, Micron lost. When Micron and all other American firms allow the American government to stand up for them, they as a whole shadow their opponents. And at that point, both the American people and the Chinese people will be better off. Make sure to search for us, Zooming In with Simone Gao. Have a nice day.